Hello friend, welcome to my YouTube channel, A Bachelor of Science in Digital Literature. Today we discuss the topic That Morning, a Spiritual Experience. Ted Hughes was born in 1930, Mile deep in the Calder Valley of West Yorkshire, though he later described the area the cradle of the Industrial Revolutions. In textile, it was not difficult to escape into wood or into high moor. He claimed that for him in childhood the word horizon was the most magical in language. His much older brother initiated him into natural word by talking him has retrieved on his hunting excursion. The split between the word by taking him has retrieved on his hunting experience. The split between the word of man and industrial and the word of wild nature was particularly sharp here, and imprinted itself on Hague's psycho. Poetry came to seem for him the voice of wild nature trying to make itself heard above the cacophony of mills, schools, and church. It seemed to him as extensive of fishing, which is partially into a deep, forbidden part of midnight in the projections of an entrance from the family wards and the now serve into frightened primal darkness. All animals seem to his messengers from that darkness which was also his own unconscious bellings, the evidence that we seek to hide. Some animals such as wolf and fox becoming his familiars, guiding him like a shame into what Blake called the energies. The poem began with a description of the poet fishing trip with his son, the south twilight song, crying and drumming drift. Lancaster add to the gloom and mystery era of the poem. At the poet come across the visions of the salmon he depicts then as creators of divine light rather than game for hunting. Solomon to stand there in the pollen light, waist deep in the wild Solomon's wearing mist, as from the hand of God. Solomon are the creatures which emerge forthright from the hand of God. Their bodies separate, golden and immeasurable, become a spirit beacon for the poet. The divine light being reflected from glowing bodies of the salmon invoke Hague's soul to something higher, a yearning for the acknowledgement of the glory of God is manifested in the corporeal presence of the Solomon. Their multitude move the poet of an acceptance of the blessing of the Almighty, as if we flew slowly their formations lifting has towards some dazzle blessed, the glorious spectre- spectacles of the glowing salmon and ravens of the magnificence. Magnificence of God in delicate experience, and the poet is afraid that one doubting thought might destroy the divine vision beheld by him. Then, as if ague, apprehension, appearance had been detected by natures, it happened that two girls peered into the water like children and suddenly started tearing away at the salmon to state their hunger. For them, the salmon does not symbolize anything higher than a source of food. Those who describe a common fishing expeditions and on it. Into a spiritual experience, the stanza moves from complaints, urgency, the common observation transformed into a purposeful explanations of the soul, and at the end of the poem, the purpose is complete and the message clear and conscious. So we stood alive in the river of light. At the end of the poem, the purpose is complete and the message clear and conscious. So we stood alive in the river of light among the creator of light. That Hagyu regard a poem as a physical or even or organic even before it become conscious artifact. For him, the purpose of writings as of fishing was to bring up some lovely solid thing like living matter from the world where nothing exists but those inventable facts which raise life out of nothing. For him, a good poem was organisms and assembly of living parts moved by the single pivot in the quotations before us. The stress is on the organic quality of the poet and the single spirit which should animate all its parts. Taking up the poem, the thought fox, it is found that it's fully correspond to Hagyu conceptions of a good poem. Here, Hagyu explains the creative process of writing poem. Solitude and scenery are essential for the creative joy of poetic genius to flow. The poet finds this silently in the middle of the night where nothing can disturb him and the only sound which can be heard the click of the clock. Imagine the midnight moment where something else is live beside the clock loneliness. The annotations for the poem it is the only thing alive aside from the clock's ticking. Hughes pers- personification personify the annotations as rocks lurking around in the realms of his mind. It appears heights, glance, leaf, footprint, and finally with the hot string manifested itself in the form of a complete poem, and the page is print. The spiritual insight in that Haggai poetry can be analyzed in all his parts. In all his poems, he handled various subjects, different aspects of life, found to experience the possessions which urged him to reveal his idea in a sensible and organized manner. He comprehend and admire the physicals and the carnal with equal delight. His poem began from a subtle opening toward the idea he is contemplating upon and finish the poem on a precise and gripping note. The purposeful movement of his poem therefore add to the clarity of thought and make it an example of poetic excellence really achieved by an artist.